Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you blessed, hopefully you amazing, hopefully you great. Wherever you're watching this, I hope everything's going good for you. I hope your credit is straight. So if you don't know me, my name is Michael Benjamin. I'm the CEO of Consumer Ammunition Tactics. This is the logo. I'm wearing obviously a blue sweatsuit. Make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all, tap in with me. You feel me? You can go ahead and, if you want to tap into our IG page, our business one, it's CA Tactics LLC. You'll get a lot of information over there as far as, testimonials and just extra information to help you get to the next level. I got a podcast, help you do what you got to do. As you can see in the title, today I want to give y'all 3 credit repair secrets that will help you get to the next level, right? It's important that you understand what these secrets are because a lot of people sleep on them, right? A lot of people may be new to credit. A lot of people may not be new to credit, but one thing we do here at CAT, we specialize in consumer laws and consumer law education. And when I'm talking about that, a lot of people that know about consumer laws, they try to do the most extra stuff, but I'm letting y'all know as far as like my niche, CAT and everything, we're focused mainly on getting those deletions. And then, litigation as well as far as the reporting of information. But those of y'all that's talking about all these like cars, like, oh, I'm trying to go get, this car for free, this, that, and the third, that's beyond the scope of what we're talking about. Majority of y'all that's like on that, you don't even know how to use consumer law to get deletion. So it's like walk before you run, you feel me? So yeah, just letting you know that, because I know, people talk about all that 1099 stuff. I don't get involved with all that. Just letting y'all know. That's just a disclaimer. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. But, so credit repair secrets, 3 of them. Number one. Credit reporting is optional. We're going to walk through consumer law just to, give you also a little bit more information. So credit reporting is optional. What do I mean by that? I mean what I said. Credit reporting is optional. A lot of people don't understand the fact that you don't have to have anything reporting on your credit. It's up to you, the consumer, right? They have to get consent from you, the consumer. And I'm going to give y'all proof. Let me give y'all proof. We're going to look up U.S. code 15 U.S.C. 6802. 15 U.S.C. 6802. I'm going to break it down. So it's titled Obligations with Respect to Disclosures of Personal Information. Stay with me. So let's go to B, opt out. In general, a financial institution, let's stop right there. What's a financial institution? You took out that credit card with XYZ Credit Union. They're a financial institution, right? All right, let's continue. A financial institution may not disclose non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless, let's break it down right there. Non-public personal information. This goes back to anything that's reported on your consumer report, aka your credit report. When we go to the FCRA, for example, some of y'all may be familiar, you can use 15 USC 1681A2AI, which talks about transactions or experiences that should not be included on your consumer report. So that goes back to that's included in that non-public personal information, right? Because when we go to the FCRA section, when we're just in the congressional findings section, 15 USC 1681A, you go to number 4 in the congressional findings, it says that you have a right to privacy. You as a consumer, you have a right to privacy. So this information doesn't have to be reported. That bankruptcy doesn't have to be reported, right? They talk about public record. A consumer, there's no such thing about public record when we're talking about a consumer's right to privacy. So Congress put these laws out here for y'all, but it's just for y'all to really understand how to actually use it, right? So these laws are no secret. They're out there, but a secret, bro, these alarms. We're going to continue. A secret is that a lot of people don't realize that credit reporting is optional. So understand that whatever you have on your consumer report, they didn't get consent from you to actually put it on there. I'm gonna show y'all. If they satisfied all of these stuff, then okay, they did. But I'm gonna let y'all know that's not what happened. So a financial institution, right? The credit union, wherever you have the late payment, collection, etc. reporting, that's probably a financial institution, right? They may not disclose disclose non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless what? A says, before I read, there's 3 of them. Before I read all 3, I just need y'all to understand that in order for them to even be able to publish this information, all 3 have to be satisfied. It can't be 1 out of 3, that's 33%. It can't be 2 out of 3, that's 66.6 or 66.7%, right? That's still failure. It has to be all three that are satisfied. But all three are never satisfied. This is why they're violating you, right? This is why you have to understand this. Once you understand it, that's the beginning to you getting that deletion. Because once you understand what they're actually doing, you can enforce your rights, right? People getting violated because they don't even know. They're just hearing verify, verify, verify. We're going to get more on that verify, verify in a little bit. But A says, unless such financial institution, so the credit union, whatever, clearly and conspicuously discloses to the consumer in writing or in electronic form or other form permitted by the regulations prescribed under Section 6804 of this title, that such information may be disclosed to such third party, right? So basically, in layman's terms, they're basically saying that they had to disclose to you, you're the consumer, that they were going to report the information, essentially, right? They were going to disclose your information. Were you notified about that? Probably not, right? Let's even give the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you were even notified, right? Let's go to number 2, which is B. The consumer is given the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information not be disclosed to such third party. Before we even continue, who's the third party? Non-affiliated third party. A non-affiliated third party are those crooks. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Why are they non-affiliated? Because they're not related to XYZ credit union. You know, they don't have any like stock in them. They don't own the company or anything. So they're non-affiliated with them, right? It's different if it's like the credit union and a company they own. These bureaus, credit reporting agencies, consumer reporting agencies, they're non-affiliated, right? So these are the third parties that the law is referencing. So the consumer, B says the consumer is given the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information not be disclosed to such third party. Were you presented with that? No, you weren't. I'm pretty sure you weren't. I'm gonna answer for you, right? But if you were, then you were. But that doesn't happen. They're not gonna give you the opportunity to exercise your right to opt out because they know that, you know, by them reporting information, they're not gonna go to you. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so C says the consumer is given an explanation of how the consumer can exercise that non-disclosure option. Did they give you that? Let's be real. They didn't give it to you, right? So they didn't give you all three of these things. They didn't give you 2 of these 3 things. If they didn't give you all 3, then they're not supposed to be reporting that information, right? They're not necessarily supposed to be reporting that information. Why do I say they're not necessarily? Because you have the ability to opt out, right? If they don't satisfy all 3, that means they violated you. Because they violated you, you can exercise your right to do what? Opt out. You can opt out, right? So put that in your dispute letter, enforce it, let them know. You know, definitely threaten. I'm not telling y'all what to do. You can threaten to report to the CFPB, Federal Trade Commission. CFPB is Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, if you don't know. Do your Googles on that. You can submit a Better Business Bureau complaint, State Attorney General complaint. Just apply a lot of pressure to let them know that you know what time it is, right? So that's number 1. That's number 1 credit repair secret, right? When you're doing your credit repair yourself, I need y'all to understand this so you can have confidence that you're going to get that deletion. You feel me? All this stuff is about confidence and being the best person you can to get that result. And number 1, this goes above anything I've already said in this video. Number 1, you know, what I like to do, I pray over my letters, right? So if you have that relationship with God, make sure you're praying over your letters as you send them out. So number 2, your credit score does not matter. What? What does that mean? Your credit score does not matter, meaning somebody that has an 800, right, can get denied versus somebody that has a 700. How is that even possible? The way that that's possible is because the scenario is, let's say that 800 person, they have an 800, but they have a skinny profile. A skinny profile meaning they don't have their own trade lines. Maybe they just got added as authorized user and then their score skyrocketed, right? So it messes up the whole algorithm. And it's like they appear to be bigger or better than what they actually are. That 700 person has their own trade lines. They got, you know, a good amount of history and all of that, right? So they end up getting approved. So that's why I like to say your credit score doesn't matter. And I want y'all to not focus on the score, but focus on the data points. If you don't know the data points, go get my free credit literacy course. If you text course to 914-353-4741, you'll be able to get that. Text course to 914-353-4741. If you go to cataxisllc.com, it's over there. It's a free credit literacy course. If you're new to credit, you don't know about the data points, go ahead and tap in over there. But that's like, really elementary information. But if you don't know it, you don't know it. You feel me? We weren't taught a lot of this stuff growing up. So yeah, your credit score doesn't matter. That's secret number 2. I don't really have too much to elaborate on that. I just want y'all to understand that your credit score, in fact, does not necessarily matter. And you know now that you can control your credit score because you understand that credit reporting is optional, right? It might take a fight to actually get there, but once you have the actual knowledge to know that it's optional, you're going to be able to, get to that next level. So keep that in mind. Credit repair secret, DIY credit repair secret number 3. The final secret, what is it? So these bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they are not reading your letters. I need y'all to understand that. Some of y'all know that, some of y'all don't know that. What do I mean by that? They're not reading your letters because let's say you send in a dispute letter. What's going to happen is it goes through something called an eOscar system. eOscar systems are electronic system where they essentially give you a code. They give your letter a code, right? So this is why, if you've ever heard about some people trying to beat the eOscar system, they might do some highlights on their dispute letters. They might staple it like all 4 corners or something like that, just so it has to get to a human. So I need y'all to understand that when they're saying verified, 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 they're not actually reading your letter. It's not a human doing it. They're putting it through a computer system. You got to think about the fact that it's millions, billions of consumers, around the world. So it's like, can they really be looking at your letters like that? So given that, you got to have the mindset to know that because they're not reading your letters, you've got to write it. You got to write your letters to where you're beating the eOscar system. So that means like you don't want to sound like a robot. Like write it colloquial. You feel me? So be like, I pulled my report, XYZ happened, all that. And essentially, you increase the likelihood of it getting to a human and then they'll be able to look at your dispute. And if you put in your laws in there, you're not elaborating. You're eloquently explaining yourself, right? As far as how the item needs to be deleted, how you can opt out. You weren't presented all 3 of the things that need to be satisfied for you to not be able to opt out. Just explain all that. Also understand the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 U.S.C. 1681. Understand that on a deep level. The fact of the matter is there needs to be a full and complete investigation, right? While they are investigating, that item needs to be deleted, but they don't do all that, right? So you need to call them out on that, right? That's what the FCRA says. So that's why you need to study the FCRA. If you're not familiar with the FCRA, Google 15 U.S.C. 1681. If you're not sure about you studying it on your own, I have the FCRA masterclass. You can text FCRA to 914-353-4741. FCRA to 914-353-4741. It's a 2-hour masterclass. I broke everything down. It's like FCRA for dummies, like, how they have the stuff for dummies, they break it down. So that's like basically what I did. So I need y'all to understand that they don't do a full and complete investigation. So use that to your advantage, right? Rewatch this video as you need, share it with somebody, get you an accountability partner. And if you don't know, I have a free support Facebook group, credit repair support Facebook group. I'm gonna link it in the description if you want to join us. Ask your questions over there, and go to our website, catacticsllc.com. We got all the resources over there to help you fix your credit. You just got to do it, right? So I'm gonna even give y'all a bonus. Credit repair secret number 4: patience, right? This stuff doesn't happen overnight. A lot of people, as far as like credit repair people, they're marketing like, oh, this is deleted in XYZ, but it's not always like that. You got to be patient, especially with the consumer laws. You got to be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace as you're learning it. Give yourself grace as, they're doing the investigations and things like that. And, just don't give up. So with that being said, hopefully this video helped y'all. Make sure you share it with somebody so it can help them get to the next level. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications, all of that. Y'all have a blessed one.